Welcome to this channel dedicated to preserving and sharing important historical documents. These recordings you're about to hear are rare and previously lost speeches by H.F. Verwoerd, a key figure in South African history. These speeches provide valuable insights into the thinking and policies of a man who played a significant role in shaping the apartheid era. It is very important to note that these recordings are presented solely as historical artifacts for educational purposes. They are not intended to promote or endorse any ideologies or viewpoints expressed within them. Instead, they serve as a window into the past, allowing us to better understand the complexities of history and learn from it. These speeches are amongst the last surviving copies of their kind, and their preservation is crucial for future generations. By studying and reflecting on these materials, we can gain a deeper understanding of the events and ideas that have shaped our world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Let us approach these recordings with an open mind and a commitment to learning from the past.
When viewed in terms of space, the white man's domain is fairly small. A tip of the great Asian European continent, Australia, New Zealand, great parts of the Americas, and this tip of the continent of Africa. But that is the anchor too of Western civilization. The white man and all that he has created for humanity through the ages past is of incalculable importance for civilization and for history, but not only for history that is past. He and the spirit with which he is endowed, the characteristics which led him to this day and will in the future provide his inspiration, will always be needed where order and peace and progress is desired. But while we see this as part of white man's domain, we are not unresponsive to the ideals of others. We see Africa, for example, as it is, a continent of many nations, each with its own degree of development, each with its own forms of government, which will prove acceptable to itself, each with an own pace at which it can progress, a continent of many nations, black nations, and in the southern portion, white. And if the world could only realize that this continent is no different from Europe with its many states and nations, and Asia with its many states and nations, if it only could realize that in this Africa to which we belong, the differences are there and will remain there and must lead to the existence and coexistence of many widely different peoples and states. If only they could realize this, what great opportunities for better cooperation and better solution for all our problems we would then find. And we are not insensitive to the ambitions of others. On the contrary, we who as a nation had to fight for what we have, who have achieved this freedom, cannot but understand similar ambitions in the breasts of others. Those who believe in their own nation and its separate existence are best capable of understanding the desires of others for the same. We understand the nationalism of each of the separate states of Africa. We understand the similar ambitions in the breasts of the various nations and national groups at present within our own boundaries. And because of our own experience, we not only understand their ambitions, but would also wish to help lead them to fulfillment in the right way, so that it can be an achievement not only for a selected few, a dictator or two, but for the masses, their progress and their happiness. And so this is a white republic ruled by the white men, part of the white domain of the world, but with full understanding for the ambitions and the objectives of the black men of Africa within our own midst, our closest neighbors, and those further afield. But this republic is also a republic of goodwill and friendship. We desire the well-being of all. We have no ambitions, in spite of what some say, to exploit others. Our nearest neighbors, the High Commission territories, need have no fear. Those further away, states like Zambia, Malawi, many others further north, need be neither jealous nor filled with fear that we have any intentions of attacking them or exploiting them. The one principle we laid down for ourselves is that we desire nobody to interfere with us. And that precept by which we wish to live, we intend to apply to others. We will not interfere in the development of Basutoland or Swaziland or Bechuanaland or Malawi or any other state of Africa. We offer goodwill, but we expect to receive goodwill in return. We will not interfere, but we will not be interfered with. And so, this republic is a republic which is prepared to aid all those who need us. But since our hand of friendship has been struck aside so often, the initiative to obtain aid rests with those who need it. They must ask, and we can give. We can give of our knowledge, that knowledge grown from the earth of Africa itself. We can give of our prosperity, plucked from the hard earth of Africa. All that we possess, we worked for. We are not prepared to hand out to buy friendship. We are prepared to aid those who wish to work for themselves, who can keep their eyes off the possessions of others, who can keep their hands to the plow rather than spread out like beggars. We wish to help in the process of self-development, because no respect and no continued independence can be achieved without working hard and developing your own country yourself. But to the outside world, we must also say that when the morality of our republic is called into question, when it is said that we are not prepared to accept equality or assimilation with all who are in our midst, to them we must say that morality does not exist on the principle which they believe, which they have experienced alone. Nations, various kinds of people who live close together can solve that problem so easily called multiracialism when it is multi-nation existence, can solve those problems in more than one way. And I question the morality of forced assimilation or absorption upon all peoples. It might be the way for some of the mighty nations of the world. It can be true that in the United States of America, its huge majority, white people, can assimilate in the course of time, the non-whites in their midst. And if that is their policy, if that is their way of life, who are we to question it? It is their problem, it is their country, those are their peoples, and it is their future, which they must seek themselves in their own way. Perhaps that may be the best solution there. And in the United Kingdom, which has created a similar problem for itself, it may also be the right way to absorb and to assimilate. But is it the right way for a country like the Republic of South Africa? If we were to apply that principle of assimilation as if it were the only moral solution for our problems, what would happen to the white man whose heritage this South Africa is, settled by his forefathers, built by them throughout 3 centuries and more, a home for its people, drenched with the sweat and the blood of these 3 centuries of peoples? Must they be assimilated away? Must all that they possess and have gained be lost? Would this be right for them? For the colored and the Indian minorities, who would also have to be absorbed, in spite of their differences, their own ambitions, partially their own religions, must they be assimilated away? And for the Bantu, would it be right for them to become the dominating group, but in the course of that process, being unable, as we know is the case, to direct and run and develop the stage of Western civilization this country has reached, of industrialization and more?